Так, ну значит сейчас идем к карте галактики. Посмотрим, что у нас тут по миссии. С пилотом Кортезом. Ну, пойдемте поговорим, раз нам стоит с ним поговорить.
Commander. Sorry. Didn't see you there. This is a recording from Ferris Fields. Months ago. I lost a lot of friends that day. I lost my husband. I grieved. Said goodbye, made my peace.
I'm sorry for your loss. He obviously cared a lot about you.
He was afraid I wouldn't let go. But for him, I moved on. Or at least I thought I had. Then the invasion hits. There's no time. And the one thing I grab is this. I mean, what's the point of moving on with your life when everything is going to hell?
Start thinking that way and we've already lost.
Yeah, you're right, but... Well, to be honest, I've never felt as alone as I do right now.
Да пошел нафиг.
We all die alone. In the end, you're defined by what you've done.
Yeah, you're right. But don't worry, Commander. When I'm in that pilot seat, I'm there 100%. I won't fail you. It's just the downtime between missions that's hard, you know?
You can handle it.
Ну нафиг. Плохой. Не собираюсь с ним больше общаться по-нормальному. С тем. Так, ладно. Черт бы с ним. Качаем себе снайперку. Так. Это все меня как-то не очень интересует. А, вот, модификация. То, что я хотел посмотреть. Так, что у нас тут? Увеличивает точность на 15%. Оставляем. И здесь... А, только один можно. Ну все, подтверждаем. Так, к снайперке что у нас имеется? Модуль концентрации снайперской. Увеличивает наносимый урон на 5%, способствует. Да блин, сосредоточение при прицеливании защиты. Фигня какая-то. Наносимый урон на 15. Оставим вот это. Повешаем вот так. Все вот так. Остаемся. Все. И броню я хотел еще посмотреть. Броня, броня, броня. Комплект остается этот шлем. Мнемовизор. Что он дает? Урон? Да нет, ну ребят. Я хочу ставить так. Грудь. Урон от умений. Все мне не подходит. Урон от оружия. Ну давайте вот так останемся. Хотя, пожалуй, с чем-то надо. Если только другую броню вообще в принципе вешать. Что здоровье и щиты это самое основное, на мой взгляд. Так, боевой центр. Отошли сообщение. Так. Омега, Ариет, Лок. Хорошо. Адмирал Хакет. Капитан Цитадель работает ученый Альянса. Доктор Гаррит Брайсон. Нужно, чтобы вы встретились и поговорили с ним. Хорошо. От Тейна. Тейн на Цитадели. Отлично. Так, адмирал Стивен Хакет. Понятно, благодарить за академию. Так, это что у нас? Хотя кое у кого стоит сомнение, кстати. В общем, ничего такого. Миранда, тоже на Цитадели она. Цитадели в доке D24, я Спектр. Вот это важное сообщение. Капитан, не знаю, как и сказать. Удина хочет, чтобы я стала Спектром. Знаю, это безумие. Я небольшая поклонница Удины, но организовать назначение Спектра он реально может. Он настаивает на ответе, но я не знаю, что ему сказать. Ага, ну все понятно. В общем, нам надо отправиться сейчас на Цитадель. У нас там много разных разговоров. Да и вообще посмотреть, может, что-нибудь купим. Денежки у нас вроде как подкопились. Поэтому отправляемся вот сюда. Туманность змея. Змея. Либо туманность кого? Змея, либо просто туманность змея. Наверное, туманность змея все-таки. Так, ну давайте стыкуемся. Доки Альянса, доктор Брайсон. Давайте к доктору отправимся.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley? Could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal. But is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we can just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Он одурманенный.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me! You have to believe that.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update? Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something. Give me the brief. About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication. What could have killed the Reaper in the first place? Exactly. That's the real Leviathan. It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down. You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
Найти аудиозапись. Но она
This
как бы
must be
вот.
the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Это же голова Хаска. Ну, здесь больше ничего нет, только карта галактики.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No, but we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Так, очки у нас тут есть. Что можно прокачать? Может, воспламенение до последнего уровня? По замороженным. Воспламенением брони. Ну, давайте бронюшку пусть оттачит мощно. Так, Сузи нам пока, в принципе, ничего с ней делать. Так. Что, нам надо что-то искать? Толку-то от этой головы. А, вот, мы теперь можем двери открывать. Что тут на балкончике? Это что? Скоростный. А, это чтобы свалить отсюда. Нам еще нужно сузить круг того, куда можно отправиться на поиски Левиафана.
Vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
О, куча чего.
Looks like data on the Rachni.
Данные
March
Арахни.
7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. We saw a datapad containing data on Rachni movements earlier. It may be relevant.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
This does not seem relevant at the moment. The Rachni data.
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
Loch Ness Monster.
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster is more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
Лохнесское чудовище. Так, в этой комнатке.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding this search filter to the Galaxy Map.
Так, еще какой-то фильтр добавлен. Надо бы еще поискать что-то. Так, это мы пока не трогаем. Явно какие-то еще должны быть фильтры. Здесь мы уже были. Вот еще что-то.
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
Здесь можно еще на второй этаж сходить. Есть что интересное для нас?
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
All right, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
Так, ну судя по всему, на этом все. Так.
Rachni activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Blackout crimes?
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так, нам явно нужно еще что-то.
Is this Prothean?
Yes. I believe Dr. Bryson and Liara would have had much to discuss.
Can you add a search filter for locations known to have Prothean ruins or artifacts?
Adding the search filter now.
Так, еще один фильтр, отлично. Надо тут еще все повнимательнее обыскать. Вот сюда тоже сходим еще раз. Может найдем. Вот, кстати. Так, это улучшение для нас валялось, которое я только не взял. Так, это отправиться отсюда вон. Вот здесь еще что-то имеется. Еще какие-то улучшения для пистолета. Классно, все-таки Цитадель мне очень нравится. Так круто. Так, ладно, продолжим поиски. Зайдем сюда. Что-то еще явно должно быть. Здесь что? Еще улучшение. Миллион улучшений.
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Вот микроскоп.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Adding it now.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
The photographs have a trace chemical residue. It may be visible under another light source.
Как бы вот.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Doing so now.
Так, еще какой-то фильтр. Уже так немало фильтров. Это что это может
Decryption
быть?
complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Of course.
Ну все, мы сейчас уже все фильтры определенно нашли, раз нас уже к карте отправляют. 6 фильтров. Так, давайте сначала все включим, посмотрим, что это все даст. Смотрите, эти точечки разных цветов.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так. Давайте столкновение с Рахни уберем. Это тоже уберем.
Based on the search results, Garneau is in one of these 5 systems. I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
Нет, я хочу еще хочу обязательно. Так, выключаем тогда активность риперов. Активность ПТА.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Почему она каждый раз это говорит?
Element 0 deposits.
Так, элемент Zero.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
И каждый раз ждать. Так, преступление какого-то у нас.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так, протеан отключаем. Или не протеан? Нулевой элемент. А протеан... Вот что это.
No results.
Нет.
Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Тут, короче, придется потыркаться.
Alien sightings.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так. Что еще? Может, нужно вообще все включить?
Reaper activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так.
Element 0 deposits.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Rachni activity.
No results.
Так.
Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Включение всего этого одновременно ничего не дает. Так, какие тут есть цвета? Розовый, зеленый, тусклый. Короче, они все разные. Даже не знаю, даже не знаю. Берем, допустим.
Five possible systems.
Element 0 deposits.
Five possible systems.
5.
Reaper activity.
3.
3 possibilities.
значит?
Arachnite activity.
No results.
Так,
Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
арахнин включаем.
3 possibilities.
Что еще включить?
Blackout crimes.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Стоп, нам нужно
3
просто
possibilities.
одну сторону полностью включить, что ли? Ну, пытаем.
Prothean artifacts.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Что-то не очень понятно.
3 possibilities.
Еще что-нибудь попробуем включить. Да зачем я опять рах не включу?
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Blackout crimes.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Alien sightings.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Так, и теперь вот эту фигню выключаем, и это
We have a
выключаем.
match. Mark it.
Отлично. Все. Разгадали мы эту фигню. У нас только одна возможная планета. Так. Бар чистилища. Поговорим с Арией. Ну и теперь на Нормандии у нас доступна уже вот эта миссия по поиску Левиафана. У нас еще дела на Цитадели имеются. Это только одно из немногих. Точнее, наоборот, таки гораздо довольно-таки большого числа. Так. Вот сюда, наверное, да? Ну да. Все, вот же она.
So you admit you and your thugs are here illegally?
Yes, and it only took CSEC 3 weeks to figure it out.
I don't care who you are. You're required to go through processing like all other refugees. Come with me.
I don't think so. Shirk, get me the Asari consular.
Greetings, Arya. Is there something you need?
I'm being asked to submit to immigration processing.
Of course you are. Done. What else can I do for you?
Nothing. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I think we're done here. Enjoy the show, Shepard?
I guess there's one rule on the Citadel, huh?
I guess so. I hate this place. So sickeningly uptight.
Then why are you here?
Cerberus stole Omega from me. The elusive man is now squarely at the top of my shit list. He will pay for every second I've spent in this bureaucratic hellhole.
How did Cerberus defeat you?
Deceit, distraction, and a big fucking army. They lured me away from Omega and ambushed me. I escaped, but Cerberus had already laid siege. By the time I could launch an assault, they were too entrenched.
At least you escaped to fight another day.
And that day is coming. I'll take Omega back, but I'll get to that. You're here because I have a proposition.
I'm listening.
The way I see it, if you don't defeat the Reapers, we're all dead. Won't matter where I'm sitting. It's in my interest to help you.
What are you offering, Arya?
On Omega, I kept the Blood Pack, Blue Suns, and Eclipse in check. Now they're running amok. Nobody wants that. Unite them under my rule, and you'll have a powerful and ruthless force for your war. I've laid the groundwork with all 3 groups. I just need you to close the deals.
Give a criminal a gun, he'll shoot you in the back.
They already have guns, Shepard. I'll make sure they point them at the Reapers. I'm trying to help you. Why don't you think it over? Meet with Gnarl, my agent who's dealing with the Blood Pack. The Blue Suns leader is incognito here on the Citadel. He'll be expecting you. And I already have a deal with Jonas Sedaris, the Eclipse leader. You just have to get your friend, Commander Bailey, to let her out of jail.
You obviously don't know Bailey very well.
Bailey respects you. Lean on him. I think a united force of professional mercs is worth it. Don't you? It's always a pleasure, Shepard. Let me know if you want to talk later. Look who's here. So what's on your mind, Shepard?
What's your angle on gaining control of the Blood Pack?
Gnarl will explain it. If we're gonna work together, Shepard, you need to trust me. At least a little.
How do we get the Blue Suns on our side?
Their leader, Darner Vosk, is a twisted little criminal. I expected his demands to be unreasonable, but it turns out he's the biggest pushover of them all. Talk to him. I'll let you be the judge. Call me if you need to.
How do you plan on taking Omega back?
I think I'm going to employ violence. I'm gonna slap Omega right out of the elusive man's greedy little hands.
What's new with you?
That's supposed to be funny? Let's see. I've lost Omega. I got C-Sec eyes all over me, and I'm holed up in this poor excuse for a nightclub. Can't even get Novarian rum here. In other words, I'm in hell.
Sounds like you have a lot to worry about. I'll get out of your hair.
You're quite the comedian today. We'll be seeing each other soon, Shepard.
Так, ну, значит, она нам дала возможность получить армии наемников. Так, давайте для этого заглянем вот сюда. Вот у нас Ария, кровавая стая. Общение президиума и заручитесь поддержкой кровавой стаи. Так, ну, нужно, значит, отправиться в общение президиума. Потому что сейчас мы будем вербовать всех этих наемников. Они дадут нам... Вступят в наши ряды. Будут за альянс. Так, президиум. Отправляемся. Так, где он здесь? Нарл. Вот он. Ну, давайте вот со всеми пообщаемся, кто здесь есть. Так, Нарл. У нас вот где-то здесь. Вон он. Даже отмечен. Основные задачи.
Quick, hands behind your back. We'll be here any minute.
What the hell are you talking about?
Crete, Blood Pack's leader. Arya brings him the great commander Shepard. Crete pledges the gang to her. We're just luring him into the open so we can take him out.
Not the best start to our friendship, Gnarl.
He's coming. Put your hands behind your back and try to look like I beat you up or something.
This better be on the up and up.
Quiet.
Arya to look even more powerful than Crete thought. Her instructions on boarding Citadel undetected were one thing. Now this. Commander Shepard, want you to know, your head will be hood ornament on my personal shuttle.
Keep your distance, Crete. So, do you agree to Arya's terms?
Most definitely. Arya can use Blood Pack as she sees fit.
Wasn't talking to you, Crete. Quill?
What? You have my word. Now open fire!
Not him. Grill's next in line to take over. Arya's deal is with him.
Yes, yes. I'm Arya's mole, Shepard. You've scratched my back. Now I'll scratch yours.
Word of advice. Don't double-cross Arya.
I may be ambitious, but I'm not crazy.
Uh-huh. Good work, Gnarl. Thanks for the gun.
Anytime, Shepard. Grill and I will let Arya know the light is green.
Так, ну все. Кровавая стая к нам присоединилась. Так, теперь. Что у нас тут по синим светилам? Поговорите с Дарнером Воском в лагере для беженцев на Цитадели и заручитесь поддержкой синих светил. Ну давайте. Только я на этом этаже хочу сначала поговорить с нашими ребятками. Кара у нас, насколько я помню, где-то тут сидит. 3, да, она здесь у меня сидит. Так, где-то я тут магазин видел. Магазин. Нету что ли магазина здесь, где можно всякие плюшки приобрести? Ну ладно. Вот она, Лиара.
Still working?
One call leads to another, and here I was hoping I'd have time to enjoy the view. The last time I saw the Presidium, remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
And by the time they repaired it, it was time for the next invasion. Citadel hasn't seen the reality of this war yet. We should stock up on necessities while we can.
Such as?
EZO, heavy arms, mercenary groups.
We'll get the people. Take a moment for yourself now and then.
I know. But there's always just one more task or meeting. Speaking of which, talk to the Volus, Barlavan. He'll point you to some mercenaries willing to join us.
И где этот Барлавон? Так. Что у нас это не нужно? Так. Левиафан, Ария. Что-то ничего тут про Барлавона нет. Так, ладно. Еще я хочу здесь магазинчики посмотреть. Они где-то ведь должны быть, правильно? Вот тут. Вот терминал. Так, зарядов в магазине для пистолетов не особо интересует. Так. Меня интересует вот эта штучка. И вот эта тоже штучка. Для штурмовой. Так, боезапас для снайперки тоже, в принципе. Вполне интересно. Так, Сузи.
Hello, Shepard.
You look like you're gathering data.
That is a safe assumption.
Anything big and world-shaking? Man's inhumanity to man? Does objective reality exist? That kind of thing?
I was running scenarios in my head to analyze Jeff's behavior. I believe he has a strong affectionate attachment to me, but he has not stated it to anyone yet. Shepard, you have first-hand sexual experience. How do you know when someone is romantically invested?
They'll usually show signs they can't stop thinking about you. You know, asking you out, giving you presents, maybe playing music.
I lack material wants other than hardware and software upgrades, and my core programming does not assign values to music. Perhaps we could discuss how to provoke Jeff into an emotional commitment.
That's not how to think of it. It's got to be natural. You need chemistry.
I see. There are a number of pharmaceuticals I could inject to simulate the desired emotional state.
No, I mean relax and do something you both like. Something simple. For example, you both like humor.
Correct. I will see if there are comedic entertainment shows being presented on the Citadel. Scanning. Do you think he would like The Man Who Hung Himself? It appears to be about an amorous plastic surgeon.
Edie, the important thing is to have a good time wherever you go. And if you're having fun, he probably will too.
Then the outcome is an unknown quantity, but you are saying I should attempt it anyway.
Nobody ever fell in love without being a little bit brave.
I see. I believe you have improved my chances, Shepard. Thank you.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop.
Что нам скажет
Hey,
сам
Commander,
Джефф?
check it out. Big
Джокер.
news! The Blasto movie is breaking opening week records. There's also a big expose on Quasar tournaments, tips on how to make your apartment look bigger, and, oh yeah, a big-ass Reaper invasion. These people have no idea.
When big events shake up the galaxy, people cling to what's familiar.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It's better than riots in the streets.
I guess. I just wish there were a middle ground. You know, a little less gardening advice, a little more war prep.
It'll happen. Once there's something people can do to help.
Meanwhile, they ignore the unshackled AI walking around the Presidium.
She run into any trouble?
No, she's my mobility assistance mech. Thanks to Vrolic syndrome, I'm legally entitled to bring her everywhere. Finally getting some use out of those disability benefits.
I'm sure she appreciates getting out to see the sights.
She's earned a little shore leave.